100 days. 2,000 minutes. 33.333 hours. Basically almost a whole common work week. And that's just the survival. Most specifically, the 100 days challenges are very, very common. At one point, I realized that what I had to do to give my channel a better fighting chance was I was going to have to make my own 100 days challenge video. So I did. I looked through my many videos to see which ones did the most well, and what I found out was astonishing. My best performing video was basically a throwaway type of, well, I'll just do this about that kind of video. Minecraft finally has RPG LevelZ. Is currently at about 19,000 views and has, until my own personal checking right now at the writing of this script, is actually only second. Anyway, I thought it was the RPG one, and I will continue on with the theme of the script. That theme is
my successful 100 days failure.
Considering the RPG mod was my most successful video, I determined to make my 100 days be based around that exact mod. I had others, I'm sure, but were probably only simple quality of life mods like Inspecio or roughly enough items. Also remember, this was Fabric. The RPG mod starts you off very basically, as in 3 hearts. And you can't even do something as simple as till soil until you level up your farming skill. See, you eventually get skill points for doing things like chopping down trees or defeating mobs. Those skill points go into your skills like fishing, farming, weaponry, etc. This means that for a lot of the early game, you're going to be using wooden tools for probably the first time of your life. I mean, actually using them. It's a bit of a hot minute before you get to upgrade to stone, much less iron. Another thing to note is that oftentimes these 100 days challenges are done in hardcore. Considering the drastic changes, such as only 3 hearts or, I don't know, basically getting to only wear leather armor, I felt doing the challenge in just hard difficulty would suffice. Also, I was going to have a death counter. I died a total of 25 times, and some of those deaths were in very quick succession. It probably would have been hilarious, but now I'll never know. At least I'll know the Lord Jesus Christ. I guess I can talk about why I'll never know. See, I have a potato of a laptop, and it barely runs Minecraft. Thank you, Optifine. It also makes editing a huge pain in the ass because it's just so slow, and editing takes forever, unless I'm lazy with it. It also doesn't exactly have a lot of storage space. I got a thing for that, but only after the fact of what I did. See, Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 4 went on sale for mega cheap on Steam, so I decided to go all in and get it. Unfortunately for me, I failed to remember that I was going to be trying to play it on a potato, and it didn't run very well anyway. Also, I was running low on storage and couldn't download it at first. You know, I had to make some space for the cool new-to-me Naruto game. So, you know, I deleted stuff. Indiscriminately without literally any attention to what I was doing. I went back in to edit a day or so after the Slowroto fiasco, only to find my project wouldn't load. And then it did load, with a bunch of stuff missing. In my blind urge to play a new-to-me video game, I ended up deleting the raw video footage of all my fun, all my frustration, all my deaths. in all of my ultimate success. It started off like any other Minecraft survival, except I wasn't in iron tools or trading with villagers before the sun went down. At day 0, I spawned right next over from this dirt house. The first few days are spent punching trees, cows, sheep, and eating raw meat. I had a mega spruce tree by day 5, and by day 10, I could finally use stone tools. Well, stone pickaxe and shovel only, but still. The original 100 Days script is reminding me that you can only have 2 jobs at a time that give you experience, so you're encouraged to stick to 2 main tasks at a time. I guess, or whatever, I'm sure it came up in gameplay. It was around day 15 that I got attacked by some mean dudes, so I had to make this little 1x3 fortress. I wonder if it's still there. I haven't even gotten the footage yet. I'm still at writing, and at the time that I'm recording this, I'm still not looking. But I'm gonna do it with shaders. Also, there's this little snowy area, and since all my armor was leather, I didn't even realize how much death I avoided. Another problem I ran into was this challenge was actually keeping track of the number of days. So a lot of the script would be like, the day 27, and I'm blah blah blahing in this thing or whatever, and then I'd be checking the F3 screen in the video I'm reviewing, thinking it's day 27, and it's actually day 29 or 26, or, I was off sometimes. The whole thing was very rocky, and I'm learning a lot from this failure. Back to what is probably maybe day 20 or so, I spent 3 days straight just fishing. I bet that would have made riveting content, just fishing the whole time, talking about whatever. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? If you have Death by Skeleboy before day 25 on your bingo card, congrats. I also make it to Farming 4, meaning I can use stone axes and hoes. It's not until day 32, however, that I get my mining up to level 8, meaning I could use an iron pickaxe and shovel. It's almost day 40 when I realize I'm going to need a little help from Cheese, and about day 45 by the time I finished said mob farm. It didn't work so good, so I cheesed it more by building a large platform up above with a bed. It took me 10 days and about 15 more deaths to get it right and safe. By day 60, I had died a total of 20 times and still haven't traded with a villager yet. This tunnel and starting destination took 10 additional days. It probably looks better considering all the footage I can get outside of
Dramatic reenactment
are from day 100. I hope people are finding those scenes humorous, by the way. Day 72, and I was finally trading with villagers, and I can only imagine the only thing holding me back from doing this any sooner was for not spawning in closer to them. By day 75, all I was doing was chopping pies and lumberjacking off. 10 days later, I'd seemingly perfected a poor man's iron farm from the place I'd looted those men off of. I'm not sure how many in-game Minecraft days it should take you to get to diamonds. I imagine if you're lucky and spawning close to a village, you could be like 2 or 3 days, maybe earlier if you were really good or had help. It was day 93 for me in this damn playthrough. I couldn't believe it. But I can believe in Jesus the Christ, and I encourage you to consider doing the same. By day 95, I'd finally gathered enough iron to trade my weaponsmith for diamond axes and swords. If only I could have used them. It's about day 97 or so by the time I can finally upgrade to a diamond axe, and also replanted a second little forest for foraging sticks. Fortunately for me, after 25 deaths, a lot of Minecraft gameplay, and minimum upgrades, I'd finally gotten to at least 1 diamond tool and full diamond armor, just as I'd managed to survive 100 days. But that's just it. That's all I did was survive. I didn't really accomplish anything. I didn't defeat any major boss like the Ender Dragon, and I died like 25 times. So I could have never made this a hardcore thing. I felt good about finally finishing something, until it turned out I didn't, actually. I'm hoping this can give me some sort of closure, a little bit of content, and a lot of motivation to try again. Maybe without mods, maybe actually hardcore. Maybe. And maybe you'll consider taking the Lord Jesus Christ as your master. Maybe. Thank you very much for watching. I love you.